I did a video a while back of this 147-year-old schoolhouse that was built in 1878. And during that video, some people noticed that there's an upstairs in this schoolhouse, although it's not easily accessible. So today, we're going to see if we can go upstairs and see what's up in the attic of this schoolhouse that's kind of been left preserved. It hasn't been restored, but it also hasn't deteriorated or been gutted like a lot of these buildings have over the years. So I'm going to try to find a way to get upstairs, and we're going to go on a tour of that. If I do happen to find, like, gold bars up there, I'm going to have to edit that part out of the video, but there will be signs. But for right now, I just want to say, if you haven't watched the other video of the inside of this schoolhouse, you definitely want to do that, because it's still intact. It still has a lot of original stuff in it. I'm not going to show you that in this video. Go watch the other one. This one, though, we are going to try to get up into the attic, because some people in the comments said before, like, hey, what's up there? So I read the comments. I listen to you. You can tell now it's summertime, which means the wasps are out, so they probably have nests built up there. So when I get stung, this is for you guys. I also want to say, hey, I would love to restore this thing. I know a lot of people in the comments said, be great to restore it. It costs a fortune to restore this kind of stuff. If somebody has a YouTube channel or something and they just do paint work and they want to come out and spray it, I would love to let them do that, let them put it on their channel. I mean, it would not take much to spray this schoolhouse out. You can see it even still has the blue from the shutters that I don't even know how many decades ago these were painted, but it still has the blue. So you could make this schoolhouse look real nice, blue shutters, red paint, probably how it looked originally. But that is not what we're doing today. If we go down to this end of it, this is how we get to the upstairs. So I'm gonna haul a ladder out here on the UTV, I think, and try to get up there. The other thing I want to do, if you saw in the last video, the chimney up there, in the last video there was snow on the ground. There was icicles coming down and forming on the floor of the schoolhouse from all the rain and snow. So I want to get up there and I want to see if I can cap that off. I was thinking like a big square tile, but I can see from here already that the bricks aren't quite level all the way around, but I'm still wondering if I can put like a big tile on that, put some bricks on it so it doesn't blow away, and that will stop more rain damage and ice damage from getting inside the schoolhouse. So that is one thing I want to do, and then we are going to go inside, and I'm probably going to get stung by wasps or bit by who knows what and crawl into this filthy attic in this thing for you guys. So you definitely want to stay tuned and watch that. All right, first things first, I managed to get a ladder back here, which was not fun, and I didn't know exactly what length ladder I'd need because I needed to get up to that chimney. So it's a little taller than the door, so I don't know how I'm gonna step from the ladder over to the door, especially since I'm gonna be carrying a flashlight too. So we're gonna go ahead and try this for you guys. If the last thing you see is me falling on camera, please like and subscribe, I guess. I don't know. All right, let's hope a bunch of angry wasps don't just fly out of this at me. Let's hope this opens too. Oh, it just won't clear the ladder. Come on, clear the ladder. I need you just to clear the ladder. There we go. Well, there's a mud dauber nest already. Okay. Well, see the chimney that was leaking onto the inside. First look around here. I see some metal chimney pipes. I have a feeling those ran from the stove that was in the schoolhouse to the actual chimney downstairs. I see some wood, this or that. Problem is, I got to get from this ladder, this gap. So I think I'm going to go down and straighten this ladder up a little bit so it's closer to this, because I can't get the ladder underneath this. It's just too tall. Let me put the ladder a little more vertical. I'll be right back. All right, because the top of the ladder hits the underside right there, I actually had to move the ladder to the opposite side. Even with that, this is still a sketchy gap to try to climb off the side of a ladder without it falling and get into here. Got little jars and some other stuff in here. All right, how am I gonna get in here without killing myself? Which probably makes for good views, but just don't want to do that. Let me go ahead and set the camera so if it do fall, at least somebody can watch the recording of it later. Man, there's just no good way to go from point A to point B with this ladder. Let's make sure that no critters want to come out. Okay, not dead yet. Felt like the ladder almost wanted to fall when I did that, but that's okay. All right, I am in the attic. Of this schoolhouse. That was not fun. Kind of sketchy. Thought the ladder was going to actually push away from the building. I can already hear wasps, so that's great. Let's see what's up here, because I kind of see some neat stuff maybe over there. But let's start right here. What do we got in front of me? So right in front of me already, these look like clay pipes, maybe drain pipes or something. Here's a can of, I don't know what. It could have been a can of paint, or who knows. At one point, it's just kind of full of what looks like hard mud, but who knows what it was originally. This is some kind of tool you would have held with your hand, but I really don't know what this is for either. Somebody in the comments can maybe tell me that. Here's another can. This one's, it has liquid in it. Can you hear that? Whatever's in it is liquid. I don't really have a way to open it up though. Oh, this is wood. This isn't even metal, so maybe this isn't. This is maybe a top for an even older cistern. I have to go check if that other cistern actually has a top on it. So there's a metal or a wooden cistern top. Another thing, I don't know if that was for a stove or what that was for. All right, let's see if I can stand up in here. Right. Let's hope the floor or ceiling, however you want to look at it, is sturdy. That is another thing. Who really knows? I could go falling through the floor, through the ceiling. All right. Move around a little bit. These just are old stovepipes. I'm sure these were used downstairs with the stove. Ran up through this chimney, but you can see if I do this that there's actually a gap that I wish we could fill in this chimney. Wow, especially on this side, it lets a lot of rain and elements in. I know somebody's gonna make a comment, "You're really breathing hard in this video." You dang right I am. It's hot outside. I just climbed up a ladder and forced myself through this little opening trying not to die. All right, let's move on. This looks real interesting. Look at this, folks. To me, I don't know if it's better with or without my flashlight because you got the light coming in. This looks like a desk. This looks like one of the original desks that they would have used back in the day. Can you believe that is still up here? I don't know if anybody had any idea that desk is up here. Wow. That kept that preserved. You got to wonder if somewhere on this desk, you know, some kids scratched their initials or a date or something in it somewhere if you actually cleaned it up and looked around. But that is really neat. That is really neat. I don't know what's going on here. Doesn't look like it's leaking. Almost looks like white sand, though. I'm almost scared to touch it if it's not, though. If it's like lime or something. Poke it with a stick. It's just like white sand. I have no idea how white sand would have got up here. All right. I don't know, again, if the flashlight makes it better or worse. These are wooden shingles. It's got a metal roof on it now, so I don't know if initially it would have had a wooden shingle roof. But these are all wooden shingles. Now, if you look at it now, it is solid wood with another layer of wood on top of it. And then you saw outside earlier, it's got tin on it. And not modern tin, old tin. Another thing we should look at is the old tin. A lot of times it was all one piece, it was crimped. The only place they nailed the tin was around the edge at the outside. Nothing in the middle of the tin was nailed down if it was old enough. But let's continue on here. This looks like more part of the desk. I don't know if this was something that they would have put their feet on. That looks like it sits up like that. That would be part of the desk, I guess. I don't know. Again, just looking for initials, you know, because kids these days would carve up everything. Maybe kids back then had a little more manners and they didn't. I don't know. And now we can see the other side of this desk. And it's got a lot of little scratches and stuff in it. Really cool if it had a date or something on it, though, that somebody carved on it. You'd probably have to drag it out and clean it up to have a hope of finding that. But wow, the fact that this survived in the attic of this schoolhouse all this time, that is wild. Come over here, we can see the window we could see from the outside that has the two broke panes of glass. And unfortunately, looks like they're gonna stay broke. Woo, okay. That is a wasp nest right there. And they are starting to get angry. We are not gonna get any closer over there. This right here looks like it could be part of a piece of furniture too. Metal strap on something. I don't know if that's just the way they... Well, these all have metal straps. Maybe the camera... Maybe that's just how they bundled them. I don't know. Wow. Okay. Definitely don't want to go back over there, because if I start getting stung, I have absolutely no way to get out of this. There's the chimney. Oh, look at the top of these. Look at that. So each one of these boards is actually connected. It has a wooden dowel through each one. Look at that. I didn't even notice that coming in all the way down. Each one has a wooden dowel at the top. You got to think though, this was built in 1878, so nails were, you know, at best they started to become square. They certainly weren't round nails like we have today. See something here. I don't know what it is. It might just be that's just a piece of, a knot in a piece of wood that fell out. I thought maybe it was something else. Okay. All right. Yeah, I wonder what's in that little jar of liquid that's still preserved after all these years. That is crazy. All right. Anybody want a YouTube project restoring the schoolhouse? Message me. That's assuming I make it out of here in one piece, but that desk hidden up here that's really cool. The fact that stayed preserved all these years and is not only period correct, but is correct to this schoolhouse. And this board, it's like a seam that runs down the thing. All right. Those wasps, I don't know that I want to hang out here much longer. I also don't know exactly how I'm going to get back outside without killing myself. So, just put that there. Figure this out. Because if I don't kill myself, I still want to cap that chimney and get up on that roof. As the next thing. Yeah. It's not. All right. All right, guys. Didn't kill myself. It is definitely hot. I should have done this when there was snow on the ground because I am sweating from being stuck in there, crawling around. Let's see if we can't set the ladder up on top. I got the ladder set up higher. I'm gonna take this brick with me because I saw earlier that the bricks in the chimney, some of them have fell down. So I want to try to level that out, and then I want to put a big tile piece on it. We can also check out this roof and see how it's attached. If it's just crimped all the way across and only nailed at the end, or if it's actually nailed somewhere else. Here you kind of get the layers. So all those shingles or whatever we saw inside, it looks like those are still on there, and at some point they just put tin over top of them. So it kind of has 2 layers of protection in a way, just not real good. All right. That is the top. I wanted to put this kind of here, but there's still cement or whatever, so it's not going to lay flat. But I kind of wanted to do that. Now I kind of wish I had a partial brick. Kind of wanted to do that, put the tile over it as such. While we're up here, let's have a look around. You can see the gap. I don't know, expandy foam. I don't even know what I'd easily fix this with. You can see all the way down the chimney. If the door was open inside, you could probably see daylight. So it is nailed. Huh. I'm surprised. I would have thought that this would be pinched and crimped like they did in the real old days. So I don't know what day they went to, or what years they went to this style roof, but obviously it's not the original roof because we saw the shingles underneath. Definitely needs to be nailed back down on this side though, that's for sure. All right. Guys, I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna put the cap on this chimney here, so at least those huge icicles that you saw built up before in the last video, next time it snows or rains, don't get inside and ruin the inside. I would love to see it preserved too. I just don't know how financially that works. Like it just financially doesn't work. So unless somebody they know that has a big YouTube channel and they like restoring stuff, or even if they have a painting channel and they like painting stuff, they could come out here, you know, put it on their YouTube channel. That's probably the only way financially this works. I mean, there's no power out here. There's no water out here. It was built as a one-room schoolhouse. There's outhouses out here. So just to put in a deep well to get electricity, put in a drain field, I mean, you could never really make this financially make sense to restore and use as a place of residence. You could restore it just for historical purposes, but even that is very expensive and there's really not much return on anything, because as you can see, nobody's gonna actually come out here and even really know this schoolhouse is here, which has helped it stay preserved over the years, which is a good thing. But I don't know. If you have any thoughts or ideas, please leave them in the comments. I think it's really cool that we found that desk upstairs. I didn't know what we'd find. I mean, could have turned up to be a totally empty attic. So the fact we found that desk and I did not get stung by the wasps, I call that a win. Do me a favor, share this on historical websites. If you guys are like Facebook group in some historical website, please share it. Check out the other video. I go inside the schoolhouse in the other video. That was a really cool video. So till next time, guys, see you later.